advisors, admissions reps, you're going to be using Space Mountain in order to record comments. And in fact, even the accounts receivable, sometimes their comments will show up in Space Mountain. The way Banner is designed, because financial aid comments generally are very specific to a student and specific to the financial aid of a student, just to protect that student's privacy and for various FERPA regulations in terms of students' educational rights and privacy, financial aid has its own form for keeping comments, and it's called Rhacomm. R-H-A-C-O-M-M. And in Rhacomm, you will see comments that are solely financial aid. And I'll show you in this particular student here in just a minute as it comes up. You can already see one of the differences between Rhacomm and Space Mountain is that you can see multiple comments per screenshot instead of only one comment with two big boxes on it. But this is where Davenport financial aid employees will add comments about a particular student. Again, as you navigate through Banner 9, down here, it'll show that there are more comments than just these two that you see. And so with the arrow buttons, you'd be able to navigate to some of the other comments and see what's happening. The way you'd be able to use this, first of all, aid year. So in financial aid, we will type in the aid year so that we know what aid year the comment is applying for. At the point of this video, as this video is being recorded, we're in August. I might actually be finishing something for the 17-18 aid year for a student, while at the same time I'm working on something for that same student for the 18-19 aid year in terms of their FAFSAs. Two different FAFSAs, two different aid years. So in financial aid, I'll say, okay, for the 17-18 aid year, I worked on this with a student. And then if at the same time I did something for 18-19 with a student, I would create a new comment and type that in with 18-19. So you very quickly, as an advisor admissions rep, you'd be able to see which year are we talking about. More often than not, you're just going to see the most recent comment, the most recent interaction showing up here. But that is one way that will help you in terms of communicating with a student. The other thing that we do here then is we keep notes of our conversation. Whether that conversation was an email, phone call, or a face-to-face visit, we're going to add a comment in here including the date. So you can see, like in this particular situation, the financial aid counselor had multiple contacts with that student on the same issue. So they simply added more information to that same comment. So it's easier to track all that same information in terms of, track the comments and the interaction on the same type of situation. So you can see this student was already at some at the dependent loan aggregates. The student applied for a plus loan. There are a few comments in here that'd be able to guide you in terms of what the conversation is in terms of between the student and the financial aid office. But Rhacomm, great little resource for you to be able to quickly see any type of interaction, especially if it's recent interaction between the financial aid office and the student. One key distinction here, this is for our interaction. We do have routine emails that we send out that are all system generated where we say, hey, you're missing this document or you need to do this process. Those automated emails do not show up in Rhacomm. The Rhacomm notes are for when they're actually engaging and talking with a financial aid counselor. So that's where we would put those kind of comments as opposed to finding them in Space Mountain. Makes it a little bit easier for you to see just the financial aid information very quickly.